Are you missing achievements in Expedition 33? Why not complete the hell out of this beautiful game? And that's why you decided to click on this video, because this will be your ultimate guide to 100%ing this amazing game. I am the one true Sir Salty, so let's get right into it. First and foremost, just going and completing the game will net you 17 achievements. What? It's actually 18? Alright, just playing through the game, you'll unlock 18 different achievements. These will mostly be exploring the different story areas, as well as unlocking characters, and the big chat himself, Esquier.
Bonjour, mes amis.
Now with those out of the way, let's get into the nitty gritty. Starting off with the only missable achievement in the game, the Prologue Mime. Found right near the stage at the end of the harbor, you'll find this mime to fight. As many will know, also breaking mimes is one of the only ways to deal real damage to it. And breaking enemies is also an achievement. You'll probably accidentally have gotten it the first time you used Gustav's overcharge. Essentially just fill up the break bar underneath the enemy's health and use a break ability. And you will also get a music record for your troubles.
Nice.
Next we'll have upgrading our Lumina and weapons. Real basic stuff here, guys. Once you have Mime in your party, when you're on the world map you can go to the camp. The curator will show up here because you asked him to, because you are nice people. Not to mention upgrading your Lumina and your weapons is key to getting stronger.
Yeah, boy.
Eventually in Act 3 you can do this from any expedition flag, and there is a second achievement for upgrading a weapon to its max level. And there is a finite amount of perfect chroma catalysts, so be careful. While we're at the camp, when you go to rest there will be an option to check upon others. This will almost always be a unique dialogue between a character or even the party. Do this one time and you'll get an achievement. That's what's up. Next we have a very simple one, level up. There are 3 achievements for leveling up, one at 33, 66, and 99. Now I could tell you all the great spots of leveling, and fortunately for you, I already made a guide on this. This guide shows all the best spots to grind for all acts. You're welcome. Another simple one is perfect any boss. Maybe you'll do this first thing because you're perfect at dodging, or maybe you'll simply just get way too strong for the game to handle and then just completely decimate a boss before he even gets a turn. I'll choose the latter any day, but to each their own. Next we have the Gestral games. There are 5 Gestral beaches in total, each with their own terrible mini game, including platforming, going up challenge, climbing a wall. There are 2 different things completely, a speed run, and a volleyball game. That might sound fun, but it really isn't. And unfortunately for you, they require almost near perfection to pull off. Now you might be wondering, why aren't you showing off any of these locations? Well, fortunately I'm a step ahead and already did a guide on this as well.
Wow.
Weird, right? It's like I planned for this. Basically it covers the locations as well as general tips on completing these challenges. They are pretty tough, and they do only reward cosmetics for the most part. But again, it is an achievement, and that's what we're here for. Alright, we can also be here for swimsuits too.
Yeah, boy.
And now for a guide that isn't in a different video, the 9 Lost Gestrals.
Okay.
The first Lost Gestral is located right outside Esquier's cave. Finding any of these kids, you'll talk to them and you'll send them back to Sastro, who is located in your camp. Each time doing so, you'll unlock a new reward. They range from Lumina or different cosmetics, but most importantly, getting 4 will unlock your ability to destroy these blue painted spikes that you might have come across. You'll find these spikes pretty much littered everywhere throughout the game and are definitely worth your time going back to explore all these areas. The Lost Gestral number 2 is located on the same continent and just to the right of the Stone Wave Cliffs area. I believe there is also a Burgeon to fight in the way, but I didn't show that part because I'm just too good. Or that may be my editor to get his head out of his ass. Lost Gestral number 3 is located just after the battlefield area, heading to Minoko Station, and he will be chilling by the trees that aren't covered in snow for some reason. Another early Gestral will be next to the White Tree location, which is just off the coast of the first continent. Just to the east, you'll find a little spot that this guy's nestled away near some coral or some seaweed. It's both. And there you go. Now you can go smash those painted spikes. The next Gestral is just to the east of the last location. You'll have to go for a bit of a swim. You'll need Esquier's ability to break through coral, and this is also a great spot to farm experience. Next is a Gestral hidden in a little wooded area that is north of the Endless Tower on the west side of the map, and is also directly west of the Visages, which is probably the first Axon you might go up against. Or not, I don't care. Number 6 is protected by not one, but 2 mimes, but since I hate mimes, I will not be showing you the fight. This is an area that's also north of the Endless Tower, and also right by the Visage's Axon fight. I guess it just pays to explore every little bit. Yeah, let's show the location twice, why the hell not? Not like my editor's starving or anything. Number 7 is located by the Endless Night Sanctuary. This is on the far east side of the map. You will need flying to get here with SKA. So this will have to be done in Act 3, which I highly recommend you do anyway, since it makes you save so much more time. Because, you know, flying is easier than having to swim and run everywhere. And the last one will be near the Endless Tower yet again, just a bit south of the entrance, but way up into the sky. You'll find this incredibly lost little Gestral. Okay, never mind, he's not lost. But either way, we're going to send him back to Sestro. Now with that, you should have all 9. And Sestro can go back to his true passion, being the worst parental figure you can. And you'll be rewarded with the Pro Retreat Picto, which makes it so that you can flee from any battle instantly. Now this one is very tough to make a guide on. And it's tough because I didn't record every little music or journal that I came across. There are 33 music records in total and 49 journals. I recommend not thinking about this too much. Explore the game best you can, and then honestly just look up any ones that you might be missing. But since this is a guide, I'm going to write out the locations and a small description of where you can find all of these, all while listening to the biggest chads of them all, Expedition 60.
They mocked us when we said the human body is the strongest of them all. We trained relentlessly, and now our bodies have achieved the pinnacle of human performance, with which we are able to crush our enemies. We are so much more agile and aerodynamic without the heavy uniforms constraining our glorious muscles. With Leslie's unstoppable training regime, we are impervious. That's how we were able to charge through that ghostly Gamage barrier and reach the Paintress. But it seems we've been wrong about what she is. The Paintress is just as trapped as we. The real terror lies beneath the monolith. The rest of Expedition 60 marched on to confront him, while I was tasked to warn Lumiere. But it seems I might have run out of time. One last swim separates me from Lumiere, but even with my mighty muscles, I don't know if I can outswim the Gamache. So here I write my final message. Bare naked muscles will save the world. And don't waste time on the Paintress. Aim for the bottom of the monolith.
Those guys must have been shredded, like they all had 8 packs or something.
Huh?
Moving on, we have relationships. As soon as you get to Act 2, you can converse with characters around the camp, getting more in depth with their characters as well as their story. This has a side benefit, however. Not only is it an achievement for each character, but by doing this you unlock new gradient attacks for each character. As well as this works for SKA, giving him the ability to go underwater. And honestly, it doesn't do much aside from getting access to one of the hardest areas in the game, but it allows you to find spots around the world to collect Lumina, which always has a stack of 5 in it. And even characters will have side quests that will unlock different areas that you normally wouldn't go through. Like being able to access the Reacher through Mael's storyline. Because honestly, some of these scenes were just truly amazing, and you'll appreciate your party members even more. And now we get into some character-specific achievements. This is done by utilizing the character-specific passives or abilities. Firstly, an easy one, using Gustav's overcharge at full power. We're gonna do that anyway, right? Lunes is making sure you consume a stain every turn for 4 turns. Using the Trebuchet, you're able to generate stains by just using Free Shot. You may get this naturally throughout your playthrough, which I don't blame you. I stopped using Lune after a little bit. The Trebuchet just makes this a lot easier, especially once you start off with a lot of AP and have a diverse set of skills on. You should be able to consume stains no problem. I found that simply having Immolation, Thermal Transfer, and Healing Light on was the best combination to have easy access to consuming stains. So, hope that helped. Next is using Mael's Pierce with Mark on your target. A very simple premise because it is literally showing you that it does increase damage with Mark on, so why wouldn't you use it?
Okay.
Ciel's is consuming 20 stacks of Foretell on a target all in one go. This will mean you need to stack 10, go into her Twilight mode, and stack another 10, then use a skill that consumes all of them. I really don't need to talk about Verso, like, just do stuff with him and you'll get your S rank. That's all it is. Verso, get S rank. Do anything. Don't get hit. Hell, there's a weapon that even starts you in S rank mode. You'll probably get this naturally, but you know. Or you could just wipe out everything with him in one turn and you'll get S rank from that. Minoko is the only one that has 2 achievements. What? His first is simply using upgraded skills in a row. 4 times to be exact. I recommend putting one of each type of his skills on and going as low AP cost as possible. I did not use Minoko very much and I do not have footage of me doing this. And if you're having troubles collecting all the skills with Minoko, then I recommend doing the Endless Tower, making sure that he is in your party the entire time. Because this is also his secondary achievement, which is just collecting all of his skills. There are lots of things in this tower that have feet. I started with having a few skills with them, but after the tower, I was done except for 2. It is the perfect place to collect.
Tasty.
Moving right along, we have all the white Nevrons to help. Yes, help, not kill. You'll come across your first one naturally, search through some barrels to find him resin, and then shoot his lamp. It'll go out in a few seconds, but he won't seem to be too bothered by it. Next, in the Flying Waters area, you'll discover a white Nevron that is missing a bomb to hold. Do a little bit of jumping in the area and you'll find an unexploded mine. He'll be overjoyed and he'll give Lune a new weapon.
Yeah, boy.
Once you have arrived in the overworld map, right near the Abyss Cave, is the small Burgeon location. Here you'll meet this little pipsqueak that wants to feed on his fallen brethrens. Kill any Burgeon and bring him the meat. Then this guy's gonna need a little time to digest. What way to better speed up the digestion and to get in some combat. Return to him and well, now he's a skyscraper, giving you a single Lumina for your troubles. Next one in the Stone Wave Cliffs, we have the Hexga, who just wants to be complete by giving him 3 crystals. They are simply in the cave right beside him, so good luck finding them.
Okay.
After exiting the Forgotten Battlefield, slightly northeast you'll find the Stone Quarry, and the Troubadour White Nevron. You'll play a fun game where you're supposed to dodge the fireballs and get hit by the green ones to heal yourself. Doing this 3 times will get you the Healing Parry Picto. Next we have the Esoteric Ruins next to Old Lumiere. You'll find this spirit that is missing something. And going to find that, well, it entails doing a little bit of a maze. Essentially what you're trying to do is make it so that all the middle doors are open. With all of them open, you'll be able to rush to the middle and go outside. This will close the door right after. But good thing you don't need it, and you'll find some wooden planks for him, turning him into a portier, and getting Protecting Heal in the process. Next is the Floating Cemetery, which will require you to be in Act 3. Here you'll find a Chalier, whatever. You can choose which weapon you want to fight him with. Too bad for him, one-shot Mael exists. He will then ask you to end his life, but choose not to. You do get auto-powerful if you do decide to kill him, but we are not killing any white Nevrons on this list. But we're not missing out on 100 Lumina. And lastly, we have the Red Woods in the starting continent. The reason why this is last is because you have to donate Chroma 5 times. This will cost you 90,000 Chroma, which you will not have until later in the game, gaining the Recovery Picto in the process. Now, since we have saved them all, we can then head to the fountain for our reward. Blanche will be eternally grateful for you saving them, and asks us to continue being such nice people, and rewards us with 100 Lumina. Fantastic! Next is the Painting Workshop Mystery. There are 3 separate paintings to enter while you're around the world map, only able to be finished in Act 3. After doing some mild platforming in 3 of them, you'll fight a souped up version of the Lampmaster, which we proceed to one-shot because screw him.
Oh yeah.
And here are their locations. The first one being between the first and the second continents, the second location just beside the battlefield exit, and thirdly just west of the Serene Axon, just up into the sky to the west of that location. Try not to fall while you're doing platforming, as you will have to start all over again. Doesn't that sound fun? Nope. Next is the Endless Tower. This place offers plenty of challenging that gets progressively harder as you climb, accounting for 33 battles in total. Whoa, that's pretty clever, because the game's Expedition 33. I'm pretty sure they thought about this one. It is a highly rewarding endeavor, but you can only gain the rewards once per fight, gaining a bunch of Lumina, Pictos, and tons of experience. To get the higher level trials done, you will need some more fleshed out builds. I found that Mael couldn't completely just one-shot everything, because most fights at the higher stage do have 3 Nevrons to fight. As I mentioned with Minoko, you should definitely use him through all these fights. It is a very easy way to acquire all the skills that he will need, and it will make getting his achievement for getting all the skills that much easier. I highly recommend being able to farm the Dark Shores area before doing this, as it will definitely make things a lot easier. That being said though, I did find the last fight to be one of the easiest because I could just one-shot it.
Perfect.
Yes, this is what I call peak gaming right here. It does have a music record to get, so it is worth doing for the other achievement. And if you're not having fun, well then do something else. Talking to the Fading Woman will give you another cosmetic. And now we are on to bosses. First we have the easiest one, the Chromatic Petanque. Far to the eastern side of the map, which requires you to have fly, you'll find this petanque just sitting out in the overworld. You will have to chase it to the far south and then wrapping it around to the area where you can actually lock it down. And then one-shot it just like everything else at this point. Sprong is definitely another easy one to go after. He also has the best Picto in the game. And if you're wondering how I'm one-shotting everything, equip any damaging increased Picto, use CL to go first and double her damage, and then it's GG. Or you can use my various guides below. Next is the Serpenthair. No, it's the Flying Snake. And what we're gonna do? Oh yeah, we're one-shotting.
Oh no!
This boss will also give Energy Master, which is also a fantastic Picto. Next up, we have Clea. Found in the Flying Manor next to the second painted workshop, you will have to defeat 4 other bosses before you have access to her. And it will give you a very stern warning about opening this door. Though this might seem intimidating, Clea should pose no threat to you whatsoever, just because all of her attacks are from Nevrons that you've previously encountered. She is ridiculously high level, so that might be where the trouble lies. But we are stronger, we are capable, and we are the Expedition 33. So we one-shot her. Oh, actually, almost. We almost one-shot her. I guess Roulette kind of failed me on this one. Needless to say, I think I'm a bit over level for it, but nonetheless, I think you should be too. And then lastly, we have the Beast, found in Renoir's Drafts, Simon. He is the end-all be-all super boss of this game. He boasts some of the most ridiculous abilities in the game, like every turn stealing all of our shields, or feeling that he doesn't really need to use this amazing sword of his and just punches you in the face for 5,000 damage. And if he gets another turn in a row after someone dies, he will remove them from the fight entirely. Even his so-called short combos feel like they go on forever. And in phase 2, when he's low enough, he will wipe the entire team out of existence. Cinematic as hell though. Yep, you're just gonna have to use your B team to finish him off. Good thing I didn't really use Lumina for either Minoko or Lune. Fun! So instead, we are just gonna one-shot Simon. First killing him in phase 1, and then doing it again in phase 2. And yes, bring on all the hate. I don't care. You'll get his legendary sword Samoso at max level, and you'll get the journal stash behind him as well. And that should just about cover all the achievements in the game. Well, I hope you enjoyed my guide, and I'll catch you on the next one.